Good morning, friends. Today we are continuing the respiratory system, wherein the first one means nose and nasal cavity is over, second pharynx is over. Now today we are going to study about the larynx. So there are different parts of respiratory organs which are present in your body. Different organs are there, especially for respiration. There is a system called respiratory system in which many organs are involved. There are 8 organs I have already told: nose and nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchus, bronchiole, alveoli, and diaphragm. These are the 9 organs. So yesterday we have studied about the nose and the nasal cavity and pharynx. So yesterday we have studied the pharynx is a common passage for food as well as air. It is a common passage wherein the food also comes, the air also comes. Now the pharynx continues as the larynx in one side and esophagus in other side. The pharynx has 2 openings in the posterior side. The one is larynx and the second one is the esophagus. The larynx is guarded by a flap-like structure called epiglottis. So this epiglottis closes the larynx when the food comes in the pharynx. So the food should not enter the respiratory tract. To avoid the entrance of the food in the respiratory tract is closed by the epiglottis, and then the food is forced inside the esophagus. So afterwards, when the air comes, the epiglottis opens and the air rushes inside the respiratory tract. So this is the larynx. The figure is here, larynx figure. It is made up of epiglottis, then cartilages and the bones. There are different cartilages and different bones are present in the laryngeal region, that is the larynx. It is a box-shaped organ which produces the voice. The voice is produced by this organ called as larynx, because the voice organs or the threads are present inside the larynx. So whenever the air goes inside and comes out, the voice is produced, and this is produced in the larynx. So this larynx is also called as voice box. ಧ್ವನಿ ಪೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಧ್ವನಿ ಇದರಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಧ್ವನಿ ತಂತುಗಳು ಈ ಲ್ಯಾರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಗಾಳಿ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ಬರುವಾಗ ಆ ತಂತಿಗಳ ಕಂಪನಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ ಧ್ವನಿ ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡುವುದು ಆ ಧ್ವನಿ ಆ ಲ್ಯಾರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ನಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ the voice comes out through the larynx and it is also called as voice box. It also serves as a air passage. It also serves to pass through the air from the pharynx inside the trachea, and it is situated in the anterior midline of neck, extending from the root of the tongue to the trachea. It is connected above with pharynx and below with trachea. Above with pharynx and below with the trachea. there is a small box-like structure called as larynx. It is made up of a skeletal framework, cartilages, joints, ligaments, membranes and muscles. This larynx is made up of cartilages, ligaments, then membranes and muscles and the joints. It is formed by the following cartilages. There are very important cartilages. Two cartilages you can see anteriorly. In the anterior portion there are two cartilages, three cartilages. The epiglottis is also included in that one. So epiglottis, it is one cartilage. Second one is thyroid cartilage. Third one is cricoid cartilage. Epiglottis, thyroid, which is largest. Cricoid lies below thyroid cartilage. Then there are two more cartilages. They are behind the cricoid cartilage or thyroid cartilage. They are behind that one. You cannot see from the anterior surface. So in the posterior region there are two cartilages called arytenoid cartilage at the back of the cricoid and the coroniculate and cuneiformous cartilage, small and paired behind cricoid and the arytenoid cartilage. So there are again two types of cartilages are present behind one, that is arytenoid, coroniculate cartilages. Epiglottis is a leaf-like structure. This is the epiglottis, which is leaf-like structure. Elastic cartilage which acts as a lid to the box. During swallowing, it prevents the food or fluid from entering the larynx. When the food is swallowed inside, the epiglottis closes the trachea. Why? The food should not enter the air passage. So the food should go to esophagus, digestive system. For that purpose, the epiglottis closes the trachea and prevents the food or the fluid entering inside the trachea. So when it is closed, then esophagus is open and the food is pushed inside the esophagus. So afterwards, when the air comes, the epiglottis automatically opens. The air passes in the passage or air wind pipe. Then it goes to the alveoli. Now, its lower end is narrow and attached to the inner surface of thyroid cartilage. So this is the thyroid cartilage. At the inner side, it is attached inside. Now, about the epiglottis only I am talking. It is attached by ligaments and the upper end is free. Thyroid cartilage. The next one is the thyroid. It is the largest of the laryngeal cartilage and gives the triangular shape to the anterior wall of the larynx that makes up larynx. The anterior border forms the prominence in the middle of the neck called laryngeal prominence or Adam's apple. This is called Adam's apple, laryngeal prominence. The posterior end of the thyroid cartilage is the laryngeal prominence, which is also called Adam's apple, which is more prominent in males. Cricoid cartilage is a hyaline cartilage which is signet ring-like structured one, means the ring with the designs, ungara with the designs above, that is signet. It is called a signet. So signet like structure. It is thick with wide posterior region and thinner anterior region. Arytenoid cartilages and coriacute and cuneiform cartilages are behind this. The extrinsic ligament connects the cartilages. The larynx contains the vocal cords which cause the sound of the voice. They are bands of elastic tissue stretched across the larynx from front to the back, making the air passage narrow. The space between the vocal cord is called glottis. The vocal cord is present in the epiglottis, this one larynx here inside. The threads will be there, and when the air passes out or comes inside, they will vibrate and the voice is produced. The act of swallowing causes the pharynx and larynx to lift upward, allow the pharynx to expand, and epiglottis swings downwards, closing the openings of trachea. This movement produces a large area for food to pass through the esophagus. So this is all about the larynx. The larynx is made up of epiglottis, thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, then laryngeal prominence, apple-like structure on which thyroid membrane, cricoid ligament are present. So thyroid membrane and cricoid tracheal ligament is also present, which connects these two. This is one cartilage and this is second cartilage. This is the first one, epiglottis, second, and this is the third. Three cartilages are present in the laryngeal region, and inside the larynx the threads are there which produce the voice. So hence it is called as voice box. So this is about the larynx. Now coming to the fourth one, trachea. The trachea is the fourth organ of respiration, which is called the windpipe, and it is made up of cartilages. Trachea is an important integral anatomical structure of respiratory system called as windpipe, and is wide fibrocartilaginous tube, it is a tube-like structure with the C-shaped cartilages, and it is called as the windpipe. The wind passes through this pipe and it is guarded by the cartilages. So it may be 11 to 12 centimeter long. It begins at the lower end of the pharynx and runs down just below the sternum and ends at the level of the sternal angle, divides into right and left bronchi, or posteriorly at the level of 4th and 5th thoracic vertebrae. So 4th and 5th thoracic vertebrae will be here behind this one, and up till this comes, the trachea comes and divides into two branches. It is also called as sternal angle. In the sternum, in the posterior region there is the sternum, and in the sternum angle there will be angle of the sternum. Behind this sternal angle, this divides into two portions, and that is the landmark for the bronchus. So the trachea divides into two branches behind the sternal angle and above the 4th and 5th thoracic vertebrae from the posterior side. Now, this trachea I have to draw the figure of trachea, just a minute. So this is trachea. First, second, third cartilages, rings. Azygous vein. This is thoracic duct. And this is aorta, arch of aorta. And this is esophagus. Esophagus behind it. Right principal and left principal bronchioles. Left principal bronchiole. This is right principal bronchiole. These are bronchioles. Bronchuses, and these are bronchioles. Air sacs, they are the alveoli. Present here in the tract. The trachea is made up of C-shaped rings here. I have shown 3 rings, and the position of the trachea is anteriorly. Isthmus of the thyroid lies on the second, third and fourth thyroid rings in the anterior region, and in the posterior region esophagus is present behind the trachea. Left side thoracic duct and the arch of the aorta. Thoracic duct and the arch of the aorta at the left side, and at the right side the arch of zygous vein. The zygous vein arch is there at the right side. So this is the position anteriorly the isthmus here in the 3 portion. The isthmus of the thyroid lies on the second, third and fourth of thoracic rings. Posteriorly esophagus. Left side thoracic duct and the arch. Right side arch of zygous. Now histology of this cartilage, this windpipe is the inner mucosa is lined by pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. The submucous mucosa made up of loose connective tissue, the blood vessels, the nerves and the mucous glands. The outer layer is fibrous. The trachea is made up of 16 to 20 C-shaped incomplete hyaline cartilages connected by fibrous tissue at the back. Just below the isthmus, the thyroid, which lies on second, third and fourth cartilage ring. Tracheostomy, an emergency surgery is made to relieve obstruction of trachea at laryngeal level. It is nothing but an opening made in the trachea, and a tracheostomy tube is inserted so that air enters into the respiratory tract through it. So, I will explain about this one. In the three rings, the first three rings, the opening is made. A small surgery is made for the tracheostomy. The surgery is called as tracheostomy. So the tracheostomy means whenever the patient or the person is in difficult of respiration, or if he is in difficult position during respiration, or the blockage of respiration takes place, then artificial respiration is introduced. The artificial respiration is through a small surgery made in the first three C-shaped cartilages, and that is called tracheostomy. And from the hole, the tracheostomy pipe is pierced inside the trachea, and from the outside of the atmosphere, the air is pushed inside, so that the air is, or the oxygen should be supplied to the lungs. So whenever the lungs fail in their work, then tracheostomy is made, a small surgery wherein a small hole is made in the first three cartilages or the rings, and the tube is introduced inside, and the artificial supply of air is given to the lungs for respiration. That is called tracheostomy. Now, the last tracheal ring is thick and broad. From its lower border, the last ring, here this is the last ring, is broader. A hook-like process arises and curves between the bronchi called carina. This is called carina. This portion is called carina. It is a hard structure from where the bronchi are divided into two portions, principal left and right places. So this curve between the bronchi called carina, it is associated with cough reflex. Means whenever the cough comes, it is the reflex of this portion. The carina gives the reflexes and the cough is produced. So this is maintained in the carina portion. Functions of trachea. There are very important functions are there for the tracheal region. The functions of trachea are, principally it is a respiratory organ, you know. It is a respiratory main tract, that is the windpipe, and it helps in the conduction of air. The primary function of the trachea is to breathe in air, rich oxygen, and breathe out carbon dioxide. The primary function of trachea is it has to supply the oxygen inside to different parts of the body, and also it has to take out the carbon dioxide from the body. ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಕಾರಿ ಅನಿಲ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಯಾ ಮೂಲಕ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಮೇನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, ಆಮ್ಲಜನಕ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಮ್ಲಜನಕ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಯಾ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಯಾ. ನೌ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್. The trachea also protects the entrance of the foreign bodies. They are the pathogens, virus, bacteria, all different types of pathogens. They enter through the air inside our body, through the trachea. So in the trachea, there are mucous cells and ciliated cuboidal epithelial cells which object or which hold the pathogens entering inside. ವೈರಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನಿಂದ ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೀಲಿಯಾಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. ಆ ಸೀಲಿಯಾಗಳು ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಎರಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿತವೆ, ಏರನ್ನು ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ದ ಏರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಪಾಸಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ trachea and goes to the bronchus, bronchioles and air sacs. So, the lumen wall of the trachea is lined by sticky mucus layer which traps microbes and harmful substances entering along with the air and expelled out during expiration or swallowed in the esophagus. The choking and coughing reflexes also helps. The third work or the function of the trachea is digestive in function. It helps in digestion also. You feel very laughing to this one, no? Because it's a respiratory organ. How it helps in the digestion? Whether the food enters inside? No. Food will not enter the trachea. But it helps in digestion. How it may be? Listen here. It also helps it plays an important role in the digestive process as it runs side by side of the esophagus. Side by side of the esophagus, the movement of cartilaginous rings helps in swallowing food in the esophagus. The food should pass through the esophagus. In the esophagus, food comes, and trachea is by side of the esophagus, and the rings are there. The contraction of the rings helps the food to swallow inside, to move inside. So, like this, it helps in the digestion. Thermoregulation. It also helps in thermoregulation, temperature maintenance. Thermoregulation means maintenance of the temperature. The body temperature is maintained by this trachea. When the inhaled air has increased temperature, it protects loss of heat and body temperature is retained to normal. When the inhaled air is cold, the trachea can warm the air before it enters the lungs, promoting a thermobalance. It promotes the thermobalance, means it maintains the body temperature. If the air contains high temperature, it cools down the air and brings to the body temperature. Whenever the air is cold, below the lower temperature of the body, then it is warmed in the nasal cavity, in the pharyngeal region, in the trachea, and then it goes to the alveoli. Thus, it maintains the body temperature, thermoregulation. Now, the bronchi. Tomorrow we will take up the bronchi. So, today, trachea is over. Larynx and trachea. Tomorrow we will take bronchus, bronchiole and alveoli. Diaphragm. All the things we will study tomorrow. And this is, once again I will tell you, this class is for BSc first year nursing, health second year, DHI second year, and lab 2, that is BMLT second year. So all these students of the different courses should study the respiratory system, and this respiratory system is common for all the different classes. So please go through the figures and notes and books, and remember that the respiratory organs, 8 are there. Once again I will tell, 8 are there, and you must by heart the respiratory organs. Name the respiratory organs, like that they will ask, or explain the respiratory system or the respiration, like that. So you have to study all the parts of the body. Thank you very much.